Hey everyone, how are you doing? Thanks so much for stopping by my channel. I'm going to be conducting a general reading for the collective, so only take the parts that resonate with you the most, leave the rest behind. So what I was picking up mainly was that for a lot of people, they're going to be experiencing a downward spiral, and for others, they're going to be experiencing an upward spiral. So it really does depend on which direction that you actually align yourself with the most. So that's kind of like the downloaded message that I received. Doesn't mean that it's actually going to play out in this reading, but anyway, let's just get in and just shuffle the deck and see what comes up. This is timeless, general reading, so only take, as I said, what resonates and throw away the rest. Right. Okay, so showing the strongest possible timeline. Remember, all timelines can change moment by moment. What's going on with the collective right now? So first card up we've got is the Chariot card in the upright position. So this is a really good, strong indication of determined to move forward regardless of the situation. I feel as if this is like a major choice, a major decision with good, firm, strong intentions. We have got the Nine of Pentacles in the upright position. So this is about really standing firm, strong, becoming more independent. Some of you actually could be looking at vehicles, could even be a bike or a car or a truck or some kind of device, vehicle that's going to help you to become even more independent, not relying on anybody. Next card we have got is the Moon in the reverse. So this is interesting. Something that's being revealed, something that's unfolding. Now, normally, whenever I pull the Moon card, whether it's in the reverse or not, I always want to see what is hiding behind the card, if it's hidden, or what's being revealed. So the next card that I'm going to pull, which is going to be for this card, we've got the Three of Pentacles in the upright position. So this could be about a work-based situation, but to be honest, I more feel that it's more of a determination for you to go in this direction on your own, doing your own thing. Even though the Three of Pentacles is in the upright position, this could be an option, but I kind of feel that, I feel more, that this is more you than this. Not only that, because of it being next to the Moon card, I feel that for some of you guys, this is you sort of like discovering certain things or seeing a job situation, whatever this means, like you're seeing it for what it really is. And I more feel that this is more your energy here. This is where you would prefer to be than here. The next card that I've got is the World card in the upright position. So I do feel that this is about, closing out something, learning about something, discovering something more about yourself, rather than being a part of a group that you may have felt a bit stifled. I do sense a feeling of travel, strongly about traveling. So you may even want to, turn into one of those people that, maybe sort of like a digital nomad, or you're traveling, but you're still earning your own coins, that kind of thing. Underneath the bottom of the deck, we've actually got the Three of Pentacles, the Three of Wands in the upper position, because I was there looking at the Three of Pentacles. You're really kind of like really evaluating, like really going within about your future, where your future lies, where does it lie for you, where do you more feel that you are going to be more happier at? Are you going to be happier based within this environment, which is kind of giving me a hard pass? I'm also getting this feeling of you just protecting yourself away. And if you notice the way how, the head is cocked to one side, and then on this side, you may have actually eavesdropped on on somebody saying certain things about you. You may have overheard something. You know, like when you've got your ear sort of like, you know, to the wall, you know, and you can hear somebody or some people on the other side discussing and talking about you. And you're like, for real? This is how, you know, these are the people that I've been dealing with. Okay, right, well, I feel it's best if I move in this direction by myself. I work better alone. I'm not really a people person. So I really feel that this reading is more to do with like frequency alignment. I'm not saying that you're ruling out people in general, but I more feel that it's more like, again, as I said, alignment and frequency right now. You may have felt really excluded from them as well, even though the Five of Pentacles isn't there. But the way how this World card is looking, you just felt really indifferent from them. So let's expand on this reading a little bit more, just to get a better understanding as to especially what's going on here. So the Chariot card, we got this kind of wake-up call, this epiphany. Now, there's a couple of cards behind that. It's really kind of, I was going to sort of put them back, but it's saying, no, that you need to kind of like, it goes with this Judgment card. All right, so I'm going to go with that. All right, so we've got the Judgment card here for the Chariot. And then we have got the Justice card in the reverse, and we've also got the Seven of Swords in the upright position. So this is a good thing that they came with it, because I feel that this is you discovering some kind of corrupt system at your workplace, or how corrupt these people are. You may have felt that they may have been trying to even get rid of you for some. And if you are in that kind of situation, I'm really sorry that, you know, you're experiencing that. But every disappointment is a blessing in disguise. Remember, the saying as well is that man's rejection is God's protection. So there's always going to be, you know, every grey cloud has a silver lining. So if they feel that they're going to get rid of you to try to push you out of a job, despite the fact that it's in the upright position, the job itself might have been all right. You might have been, you know, earning good money, but it's just the people. Again, it's like saying that the planet is a beautiful place, but it's just the system and the people that ruin it, you know? So I sense that you're just being very hopeful, being very optimistic, but very determined about where you're going to go next. So let's have a look and see. Okay, we've got the Fool card here. There's another. Okay, so if you saw that the way I had these cards, two cards that fell here underneath the World card, I'm going to leave those there, because where they fell out is for this card here. There are some other cards, a couple of cards underneath this Fool card that I need to take for this Nine of Pentacles. So we do have the Fool card. There's some kind of risk factor, you know, and I also feel, again, this is also about lessons being learned, you know, throwing caution to the wind. Even though, remember, you've got the little dog there that's like, oh, you know, be careful with them. But I feel you're in a good headspace, you know, and as I was saying before, like the upward and downward spiral, you know, it depends on how you're going to land, how you see things, and how you see yourself. Are you on the uprise, or are you, you know, on the decline, right? And it's an important life choice that you're making. So with that, we have got the Page of Pentacles in the upright position, and then we have got the Eight of Swords in the upright position. So I do feel that there was a toss-up between, I'm going to learn something new, even if it means I have to go on a course, something that's going to help me with my skill sets, or maybe I could teach people how to be, rather than be trapped in something in this position, in this situation, that is not really going to be giving me the job satisfaction or the career path that that I need to have for myself, that I know that I can have for myself. So there's a definite feeling of a career change, if this is about a job situation or just a life change in general. So we have got, yeah, look at the way I have the Chariot card midway, and we've got the Star card in the midway. I'm kind of feeling as well that you may have actually had your guides upstairs. If you work with spirit guides, that's kind of like preventing you from going any further with this job, with this career, because it's a feeling of like, well, you've come to the end of the road. You've learned everything that you've needed to hear. Whatever it is that you were trained on in this job, you can use those training skills to help to learn, to teach others. So it's not really been a waste. It's not really been like a failure. There is still success to be found in the failure. And for the Three of Pentacles, we do have the Queen of Cups. You're not feeling it. You're feeling that there was definitely something that is off, that's fake about this situation. You may have actually had somebody that was pretending to be your friend or your close work ally, but they were really very devious and nasty behind your back. And then for the two cards that fell on the World card, we have actually got the Seven of Cups in the reverse with the Seven of Wands in the upright position. So again, you're seeing the BS. You've cut through the illusion. You might have been at the time under the impression that, oh my gosh, this is a really great job and I really love the people. They're really nice and friendly. But look, we've got the Moon card in the reverse. We have got the Seven of Cups in the reverse. We have got the Chariot card and the Star card that's sort of gone in the midway towards the future. And the Queen of Cups is in reverse as well, with the Three of Pentacles in the upright position for both cards. This is telling me that what has been shown to you, revealed to you through this awakening, right? And then the Justice card with the Seven of Swords, you were shown something that revealed, like the fakeness was revealed to you, probably without them even knowing. Your guides showed you the way, and, this is why it's time for you to kind of like face your future, facing the reality and knowing that it's time to move on. And then the card underneath the bottom of the clarifying deck, we do have the King of Cups in the reverse. So you may have been dealing with a couple of really nasty characters out of this third party energy, this third party situation, where they made you feel that you were being kept in the dark and, blocking you, ghosting you out from things, or even trying to plant something on you for you to take the blame. But your guides had your back and was like, no, it's time for you to leave. Okay. Now, what I've just said here may, only just take the parts that resonate. Okay. So let's close out this reading with the Inner Temple Oracle. The fakeness. Oh, sorry, there's so many cards that fell out. Bear with me. Sorry. It's practically half the deck. Okay. Yeah, you just can't take the fakeness anymore. You just can't take it. You may have just had to just withdraw yourself away from society or, the workplace as a whole and be like, I just can't deal with these people anymore. They're just so fake. They pretend to be my friend or they pretend to really help me through my, my job, but really and truly, they were never really there for me. They were there for themselves, It's a cutthroat industry. So the first card that we've got is the Chamber of Soul Gifts. So I feel that this is, as I said to you before, you do have the Page of Pentacles upright with the Nine of Pentacles as well upright. So I do feel that there's a feeling of you needing to tap in and kind of figure out, well, what is it about me that I can have and use as an attribute that I can help and teach others, to come out of their shell, because this is kind of giving me like a shell, and discover yourself, and helping people to discover themselves too. The next card that we've got is Let Go. And I feel that this is what you've had to do. You've had to just let it go. It might have really, really cheesed you or really angered you about what certain people said about you, but your silence, your dignity was the best way to deal with a situation like this and tell these people where to get off through your resignation, or it could have been a thing of like, oh, well, due to certain personal circumstances or an opportunity that I received of a lifetime, blah, blah, blah. Even if it was just you, leaving and just going home and just staying there for 3 months or whatever. But I'm not trying to say that you should really lie, but put yourself in the most best position that you possibly can. Even if you may not feel it at the time, you're trying to transmute a lot of the negativity back into something positive. The next card that I've got is Chamber of Inspiration. So I feel that this is definitely about going within and thinking, well, hold on a minute, what can I do? How can I inspire others? How can I be of service to others in a way that is genuine to me, that I'm a genuine person, and I want other people to be genuine too. And if they've been feeling trapped or in a job situation or environment, family, friends, lovers, whatever, that they feel that they're having to be fake around, well, now is the time for me to encourage those in their own time, of course, because you're not forcing anybody to change their ways. If they're going to align with you and see your message, then that's what they'll do, because you are inspiring them in some way, shape or form. The next card that we've got is simplicity, keeping it simple. And I do feel this kind of like, it's giving me this sort of energetic sort of like vision of what's going on in this world card. Like, we're looking into your energy and just seeing that, yeah, you know what, you are a genuine, pure intentions, good person, good all-rounder, good guy, And then the next card that we've got is the in-between. So, as I said, you could be really feeling right now, oh, what do I do? Like, how am I going to pull this off? You may have just literally transitioned out from this Three of Pentacles energy, this workplace, and you are at the crossroads or the threshold of what to do next and where to go. And yes, it can be feeling a bit intimidating, a bit risky, a bit scary, but you are taking the risk with the full card in the upright position. Have faith, everything will work out for the best. That kind of mindset there. Yeah, this one. Okay, and the card underneath the bottom of the Inner Temple Oracle deck for this, to close off this reading, is masculine. So I do feel that there's a real sense of growing a pair and getting out there. This is just the energy. So this is about creation, positivity, taking action, and like protection as well, So this is really good to see. I hope that this is kind of giving you some kind of insight into your situation. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next reading. Take care for now.